I'm Charbria Shine, and welcome back to Max Out Girl. All right, ladies, today we have a very special guest. We're doing another Women in Business Spotlight. Hey, girl, hey. So we have Tashay McDowell. Mm-hmm. She is a boss, y'all. She is a CEO. She owns a salon. She's doing all kind of stuff, selling products. Tell us about Polished.
So I started Polish about almost 5 years ago, really out of my home. I was doing nails for some time. I even started offering nail courses, and then I just now recently, this past January, dove into brows, and here we are now.
Wow. So what's the name of your salon?
Polish Salon Studios.
And we're in it right now. Y'all, first of all, y'all know I love pink, and it is so cute in here. It is so adorable. Okay, so how long you said you've been here?
So I've been here since, in Maryville or as far as the salon space?
Well, yeah, she's not from Maryville originally. She is from the ATL. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I've moved out from Atlanta to Chicago for real estate originally, and then I ended up staying out here because I met my husband. Okay. Shout out to my husband.
Yes.
But, so I decided to pick up nails as a hobby. During the pandemic era, and then built a clientele off of that. That's how Polish got its name. And like I said, this January I ended up taking brow clients just to add it on as a quick service, and it's kind of taken over my brand now. So I'm just known for brows at this point.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Love it. So that's amazing. So you're from the ATL. Now you're here in the Northwest Indiana, Chicagoland area.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is a big deal because when I saw how many followers you have and just how it's blown up, this is amazing. So you're saying you started off polishing nails and you loved it. That was a passion. But when did you know, because right now your main thing is brows, right? When did you know, this is it? This is going to be my business.
Well, that started honestly with the nails. When I knew that was going to be my business, I kind of have a background of art. That's something I actually was going to go to school for originally.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I've always been extremely creative with that. So I was like, this is it for me. A lot of my posts went viral early on with nails to where I was able to build that following. A lot of major nail companies were reposting. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is changing for me,
Yeah.
And like I said, as far as brows goes, I love it a lot, and it is kind of like my main service now. And I no longer offer nails, but it's just like a new passion of mine and a smooth transition I'm trying to make, just because I'm also getting love from that area as well.
I love that. So previously, before we started recording, you said that you actually started in your home.
Yes.
How was that? Because, some of my audience might think I have this business idea, but I don't have the money. Or maybe they don't want to take out the loan to get a building. They don't have the credit. And they're like, how do I even start? And you start in your home. Talk about that process.
Well, just like everyone else, I didn't have the money for a business either. I kind of just started small.
Yeah.
And offering services from home just was what worked for me at that time. And then I slowly built my clientele. I opened a savings account. That's something major you want to start doing when you offer a business. You want to get a business account and start saving as much as you can to build that financial goal of yours, so that way you can make moves later on. Yeah. So your focus is right now just really your clientele, regardless of where your environment or location is right now.
Yeah, I love that, because sometimes we think situations or circumstances have to be perfect to get started, and I love this is like a true success story because you didn't have it all, right?
Yeah, I'm literally one of the first entrepreneurs in my family.
Wow,
so
really?
It's just huge. So I'm really setting an example for my younger siblings.
Yeah.
We're very traditional. I come from a very traditional household, so having a career is extremely important. Going to school is extremely important. Yeah. So me kind of coming out of that element and following entrepreneurship and kind of showing that this is also a way out. Yeah. Is different for my family, and I'm just glad to be just a role model for them.
Oh, I love that. That's amazing. Yeah. So, so you started in your home, and it was funny because you told me before we started recording, because I had to get a little bit of scoop beforehand, that you knew it was time to go when people were knocking at your neighbors' doors constantly looking for you.
That was crazy. Yeah, my neighbors were like, "Oh, people are knocking on my doors all the time through the day. Or is this the place that offers the brow services or the nail services?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry," So that's when I kind of knew, it's time to kind of step out of that home environment and just take that leap of faith and kind of just get that sweet. Because I've always just second guess myself. Like, I'm my biggest critic. Like, you're not ready. You need more time to get this together. You need more work. But my husband's seen a lot of potential in me. He's my biggest supporter. So he was like, you know what? I think you should go ahead and do it. And here we are.
Wow. And it's beautiful. I love it. And so how did you get your clientele to grow? Did you use only social media? Because I know you're not from the area. How did you go about that?
Being that I wasn't from the area, I had to use social media to market myself. Like, I tell everybody, you know, we are not these large franchises. Like, we're small businesses, and we want to grow into those large franchises. So what we need to do is market ourselves like them. So I know it can be kind of weird to message everybody in the area the same thing, but that's going to get people to pay attention to what you're offering. And eventually they're like, you know what? Let me respond back to that. She said she was offering nails for $60 this month. Let me go ahead and book this nail tech. Or she's having a sale on brows, and then they start to just become familiar with you. And once they book with you, they love your work, they come back and you have a returning client. So
I love that. So that's what you did. You basically marketed yourself on social media.
I messaged everyone.
And you followed everyone.
I followed everyone. I DM'd everyone to get my name out there, because in reality, we can't have that ego where we just assume that everybody knows you because you have a page. You have to get out there, whether it's business cards and messaging people through social media, and even networking with other women who do what you do that try to build that clientele, you know. So.
Oh, I love that. So what would you think was one of your biggest obstacles in A, getting started, and B, progressing to that next level?
Getting started, I think, was the easiest thing for me. I feel like that's easy for anyone. Even though you may procrastinate, I feel like that's the easiest step, is to just get out there.
Just do it.
I think the hardest step is staying consistent, because sometimes, you know, you feel like you've done everything and you're kind of just sitting there being stagnant. Some days you're not really putting as much effort in as you should be, and you're not going to get the same results as you would if you were trying, you know. So just staying consistent after starting, I think, is the biggest obstacle from someone that used to work a 9 to 5. You didn't really have to worry about clients. You didn't have to like, I'm on the shift, the clock. I'm gonna get paid regardless.
Girl,
from this time
tell
to
me about
time.
it.
So I didn't have to worry. Go to sleep. You know what your check's gonna look like. And then entrepreneurship is like, girl, you better get them clients.
You eat what you kill, right? Like, you gotta get it.
Yeah. So it was pretty much that. I would say staying consistent and building that clientele was probably my biggest obstacle. But once you overcome that, it's the most rewarding feeling ever. So.
What made it click in your head or in your brain? What was that thing that made you click to become more consistent when you started to see, like, okay, I'm not being consistent, I'm not getting my clientele? What was that thing that clicked for you, and what did you do?
When I had a really good week full of clients, and then a week that wasn't that good. So I had to self-reflect and see what I did differently the week before. Like, okay, why did I have so many clients that week and I profited a lot versus this week? What did I do differently? So I noticed, like, okay, I wasn't really posting that much, wasn't really DMing people. Like, even though you may have that busy clientele that week, and that doesn't mean keep slacking knowing that you're booked that week. You're trying to get booked the week after that and the week after that. So that's just the energy, and I feel like something that people don't really talk about as far as beauty entrepreneurs, like, you have to build that clientele or you won't have a business. That's just the reality of it. And it can be stressful, and it can be like, you know what, this is not for me, but you have to push through that, because it's rewarding in the end when you have those returning clients where now you can kind of rest a little bit. But in all honesty, with entrepreneurship, there really isn't any downtime. Like, as entrepreneurs, we play a part in everything we do. We're our graphic designers, we're our photographers, we're, you know, we're everything.
Especially small business.
Like, we play a part in everything that we do. You know, we don't have people who work for us.
Right, when you're starting off.
We're like, we're the
sometimes
janitor.
you feel like a solopreneur, right? Sometimes you are when you start. Yeah, for sure. So what, when you had that time that you kind of, I don't want to necessarily say discouraged, but we know sometimes as an entrepreneur, I heard you say, maybe it's not for me. What did you do to get out of that?
Like I said, I had to just find inspiration in what I was doing. I feel like sometimes we're so quick to fall out of love with what we do, to where we kind of just like, you know what, maybe this isn't for me. I would just say, just try to learn more about it, because there's always room to grow. And a lot of times we think we've reach the top of knowing everything about a service or anything that we may take interest in, and we just choose to just stop there. But I feel like if you choose to learn more about what it is that you're doing, it gives you more room to grow in your journey and stay consistent with it, because you're learning more, you know.
So what do you do for inspiration?
I honestly look at other women in the community that do what I do. I feel like they're all inspirational. You know, I'm like, let's network, so that's awesome. That's where I find my inspiration, and just seeing other women be successful.
Yeah, oh, I love that. Okay, so what's next for Polish? Because right now, I know you have the salon. You have some other things I saw on your social media that you're doing too. You have products. What else is going on?
So we launched our Polish brow cosmetics brand, I want to say maybe 4 months ago, and it's been doing great. I had a video that went viral recently, which helped out my sales a lot and really boosted that page, because I was kind of worried, just as any other entrepreneur, when you're starting out with a whole new line of something. So that is something new that we're doing, and we're also considering a second location. So if y'all looking for a booth or anything, let me know. A suite or something. We are looking for another location.
Okay, so you're looking to leave this location?
No, we're gonna have a second location.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have 2 different locations. We're gonna have a storefront right now. Everybody's familiar with this location where we're located. It's more intimate, but we do plan to expand and have a second location with a second team. And
what area do you want to go?
We're gonna stay here in Indiana.
Northwest Indiana.
Yeah, our clientele is really good, and we love you guys, so we're not leaving.
You're staying here?
Yeah, we're staying here.
That's awesome. Okay, so you're just looking for a bigger location somewhere in Northwest Indiana.
We just get a lot of clients to where, like I said, the setting we have right now is very intimate to where we can't hold everybody or take everybody in one setting. Yeah. So, and we have a lot of other beauty entrepreneurs that want to be a part of Polish. And like I said, I've been making posts where I'm trying to make that possible, so we could do that.
So that's great. So there's expansion for you in the future. And you're selling products as well?
Yes.
What kind of products do you sell?
So we have a brow wash, a brow freeze, which is a brow gel, and I have my organic rose water and a brow cosmetic palette, which just has different shade tones for cream concealers. And then these are all things that people who follow me are familiar with, that I use on all of my clients. So.
Oh, wow. Is it to help them grow or be fuller, or what is the product?
It's part of like if you're trying to become a brow artist, you can. This is going to help you jumpstart that with your kit. And then these are also things like the brow freeze that a lot of my clients buy for aftercare and stuff like that, and the brow wash and things.
Yeah, because I saw on your line you had like a little cute pink box, and was that some of those products?
Yeah, so that was from I offer like a full kit. So I have people ordering, which surprises me, like to this day, like New York and California, like
because they gotta look good.
Yeah, but I'm like, they're ordering full kits of my stuff, and it's very like a humbling, like it's just a wholesome feeling, like to see people from there watching me. I'm like, really? Like, you want to purchase all of them? Like, okay, great. Like,
I love it.
So yeah, that's just kits for people who take my classes or people who are just inspiring brow artists. Yeah.
And so you have classes. What kind of classes do you teach?
So I used to teach nails and brows. I'm sorry, you guys, I don't teach nails anymore.
She's done with nails, people.
Yeah. So I honestly only teach brow classes. I do in-person trainings. I do large group classes too. I have an online brow class that I get asked about a lot, and we have an upcoming henna course too that's like a webinar. So if you haven't seen that flyer, make sure you click the link in my bio and you're able to register from there. So
yeah, that's awesome. So let's talk about this. You are also a wife and a mother.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming as an entrepreneur you work a lot.
Yes.
So how do you balance it all? Because I know you want to be a successful businesswoman. You're already successful. You want to grow. You want to expand. I know you want a healthy and whole family life. How do you balance it?
One of my biggest things now that I'm learning is having a schedule. Like just with your children, you also need to have a schedule with your business. So I'm trying to make time for where I can be a wife and a mom, and then also have a business, because honestly my husband comes first. Yes. And then I'm a mom, and then it's my business. So even though I love Polish and this is also my baby, I still am married, and I feel like that's a priority of mine.
That's
so
good.
I definitely make sure I prioritize that before I prioritize this. So
So do you get anytime like date nights, or is that hard to do that, or like how do you guys manage some of that?
I think one of the biggest blessings to my husband with me is like I'm more of like a homebody.
So you're like movie night.
I love to take out. Let's watch a movie. Let's just chill. It's no need to always go out to dinner all the time. That's fun too. We do make time for like maybe like an anniversary or something like that. But just more intimate time at home with each other, catching up on our day, where we are in life, and what our struggles are. Just catching up.
So quality time.
Yeah, quality time is major for me.
Yes, that's good.
Yeah.
I feel like as an entrepreneur, it is important to prioritize, and also not to always talk about work. all the time. Right. But I mean, a lot of us like to talk about it, which is good. I know my husband's supportive, so we talk about it a lot, but it is good to just have that kind of relaxation
And
time.
I think it's good, too, to also give your partner space, because it's so exciting to come back and be like, let me tell you what happened today. So we're that's my best friend. So,
that's awesome. I love it.
We look forward to that at the end of the day, like, let me tell you what happened.
So I know we kind of talked about this a little bit, but I know that you're Christian, I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
How important is your relationship with Christ and your faith in this walk of life and in your business?
Everything. I feel like I've gone even closer to God. I've always been of God. I grew up in a very Christian household. I think God plays a huge part in your business, well, really anything that you choose to commit to.
Yeah.
I think the biggest misconception people may have with that, which I feel like I'm always advocating, is that God will only help you once he see you put the work in.
Say that again, girl.
God will only help you if he see you put the work in, you guys. You have to push towards what you want for him to help you. You're not going to wake up with the blessing all the time. You know, you got to kind of show him this is what you're trying to do, what your journey you want, and he's going to help you guide you through everything. So I definitely feel like I'm walking in my alignment, my path with him, just because it's just been blessing after blessing, and I just feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I think when things get hard, and I feel like that's like a strong no, like you're going the wrong way, that's not what I want for you. And when things are easy, not like handed to you, but when things just work, I feel like that's what we're destined to do. You know,
I love that. So right now you feel like you're walking your purpose.
Yes, because Browse, like I said, was just supposed to be an extra service, you know, to make a little money on the side. Nothing I thought that it would be now, but for the clientele to come double portions like that, I was like, oh wow, I think this is
and
what
you're
I'm
amazing. I saw your page, all of it's amazing, guys. I'm gonna get hooked up too, because y'all see what's going on.
Y'all wait for that.
we gonna see some before and afters.
Yes.
It's gonna be fun. So no, I love that. I love how you're saying God will help you to the extent you do something, because me and my husband were talking about that, like, you know, as the word says, faith without works is dead, and I feel like sometimes we pray but then we don't do anything. So I was kind of reflecting on my life like recently, and like, okay, in what areas, if there's something that's not happening for me, it's not on God, right? He's already done what he's going to do for us. He's blessed us. What is it that I'm not doing? And so I love that you kind of just, you know, confirm that. It's like, he's going to help you as far as you do the work. Pray. He's blessed you already. He's going to go before you. He's going to have your back. But you can't just sit home, pray and sit home.
Like, oh, God got it. No, you have to you have to get up. And you have to put your best foot forward with whatever you want to do. And that's when you're going to pray, like, God, hold my hand through this. Is this the right way for me? Is this the best decision? Give me a sign. Like, I'm going to continue to do what I think is best. And I'll know by just what comes next with you. You know, like, that's just, you know.
Yeah, I love that. And my husband has always told me that his old pastor, before we went to our church now, would always say it's hard for God to steer a parked car. So you can't just say, oh, God, show me the way. You're not doing anything. It's like, as you're walking, like you said, doing what you believe God has called you to do and told you to do. If it's not right, he knows how to redirect you to the left or to the right. And so sometimes, you know, I want to encourage you ladies, if you feel fearful to move out on faith or a business or something you feel called to, don't fear. Acknowledge God in all your ways to direct your path. So go out, go for it. Because sometimes for me, because I was such a perfectionist, I wouldn't do anything. I'm like, no, it's got to be right. I got to make sure it's going to work. And God can't do nothing with you. You got to go for it. And I've had some failures and some successes, but I'm realizing you have to walk by faith. You have to go for it, or nothing will ever happen for you.
I literally resonate with that so much. Like, that's the same thing, like I said, being home-based. I was extreme perfectionist. Like, oh, no, I'm not ready. I need to master this, that, before I get this suite. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me get this suite. You're not going to get anywhere talking about you being a perfectionist and at home. And I'm like, okay, with that support system, too, and just, like you said, having faith, jumping in, taking that risk, getting that salon. I'm like, you know what? If this is what God wants me to do, this is going to work. But I have to play my part as well. And if it fails, it's not meant. You know? And you have to understand that that's just what life. You can't be afraid to fail. You have to fail. It takes a couple losses to win, you guys. Y'all got to lose to win. So you're not going to win every time.
No, I love that. So something I heard you say earlier, and I think it's so important. You said that support system, that as you were kind of doubting, should you move forward, your husband was like, no, you got this. Like, I think you should go for it. Speak to that. How important do you feel is it to have the right partner in your life, the one that God has sent for you?
It's major, just because you want to have someone that also going to call you out when you're wrong, and you
so we don't like it, but
you don't like it,
but it's necessary.
But it's necessary,
yeah.
Because they see things that sometimes you can't see in yourself, and it's good to sit back and kind of like self-reflect on things and be like, you know what, maybe I could have been better, or maybe I can be a little bit more confident in what I do. Maybe I do need to stop being a little negative about that. So seeing somebody that sees potential in you, and they know that you want to be successful, and they see the hard work you're putting in, but they also see that you're holding your own self back, and they know that you can be successful, and then them just pushing you to follow your dreams and your goals, and then seeing you went on top, like, I knew you could do it, like you had this in you this whole time, you were your biggest critic, so it's really important to have somebody, your partner, to be supportive. That's huge.
No, it's so
vice
important.
versa.
It's so important. I just feel like even in my life, my husband's my biggest fan, and it's a lot of times he gets on me because, like you say, we are our worst critic. And I'm like, no, I don't think I want to do this anymore. I don't want to do that. Even recently, he's like, I see it. I see it. And like you said, sometimes they see what we can't see, and it's so important to have that love and that support, but that accountability too. Even when we don't want it, it's such a great thing. So thank you. This is awesome. Encouraging. Do you have any last maybe advice or any words for that max out girl, just who might want to be an entrepreneur, or just a tip or just something for that max out girl?
Don't get in your head too much. Try to have fun. If there's anything that sparks your interest that you want to try, do it. Don't be negative about it. If this is something you want to pursue, go right ahead, regardless of how small it is. Like, there's business in everything, and I say go for it. Yeah,
that's awesome. What I love, and then we can wrap this up, but what I love is that you're from Atlanta. And you're in Northwest Indiana now. It's like night and day, honey.
I know.
And for you to be here, this is ministering to me. I love this. For you to be here, small town. And do what you're doing, and have grown, starting off in your apartment, and have grown so exponentially. And now where people from New York and all over the nation, they're buying your products, because this should be encouraging, guys, because somebody could say, I'm a small town girl, I'm in a small town, or I'm somewhere where there's nothing happening. Because I say that, I've said that a lot, and my husband has had to correct me. I say that a lot, like, I'm the person that's like, I want to go to Atlanta, I want to go to New York, I want to get out of here, But I'm realizing, like, when God has called you to do something, it doesn't matter if you're in the back of a barn, you are going to be successful. Amen. And I love that for you, because I'm like, this is so cute. Like, when I saw your page, I'm like, where is this at? I thought you were in Chicago. Because I was like, I'm going to go to Chicago and I'm going to, interview her. And I'm like, she in my hood. Like, I have to meet her. Like, oh my God. Like, we have to connect. And I love that. I think it's such a testament to hard work, dedication, perseverance, believing in yourself, and not looking in your environment, but being an environment changer and saying, I'm going to do what I'm called to do, where God has called me to. And I love that. And I want to say, I am proud of you. Congratulations. This is such a testimony. This is so beautiful. And it's going to bless so many people to just go for it. What are you waiting on? You have no excuses. And if you're going the wrong way, acknowledge God. He'll direct your path. He'll get you on the right path. But you have to get moving. Yes. Girl, that's it. I'm like, that's it. Drop mic. We done said it all. Y'all get moving. Start maxing out.
Take those courses.
Come on. Like, get to it. So where can they find you? Like, where can they follow you?
In my bio on Instagram, it's @PolishedByShay with 2 Y's. My brow makeup is Polished Brow Cosmetics. And then our studios page, if you want to meet the team, it's Polish Salon Studios. You can purchase our products at polishsalonstudios.com. You can book appointments through there as well.
That's amazing. Y'all connect. Her stuff's awesome. If you want to get your brows right, you better look at her page. She got them looking good. I told y'all I'm going to get hooked up. I'm going to show y'all once I get hooked up.
Y'all stay tuned for that. It's going to do a whole vlog.
It's going to be bomb, y'all, because she going to get me right. I've been trying to get right for a while, but it's wrong. So, yes, I'm so excited, y'all. Oh, my God. Thank you for allowing me to interview you today. This has been so fun. Y'all, she got on pink, so y'all know I love her.
Of course.
Yes. And so, yes, y'all know where y'all can find me as well, at Charbria Shine, at Max Out Girl. Right now, get your tickets for our February 8th Valentine's Day love party. Oh, yes. Come on, sis. She going to be there in her cute outfit. Yes, we're going to have a great time. My new book, The Self-Love Manual, will be there. It is coming out. Then on March 29th, we have my stage play, Single Woman Chronicles. No, it's not just for single ladies, y'all. It's something for everybody. Yes, it is just a fun girls' night or date night. Men come to the show. Men are in the show. It is just a fun time. Also, if you're interested in our VIP pre-sale pink party, it is right before the stage play. So go to charbria.com, click SWC the stage play, and all that information is there. So we had a good time, didn't we, girl?
Yes.
We hope we said something to encourage, inspire, and elevated your thinking. And always remember to max out, girl. I'm Charbria Shine. Talk to you next time. Bye.